Welcome back to my side of the closet. I'm your girl, Just B.
And this is Blonde Mafia.
Today we're talking about denial. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt. It's the moments I should have known when I seen all the colors of the rainbow.
We were going to say red flags and then we were going to change it to the rainbow flags.
I didn't see red flags. I saw magenta. All right.
This episode is about the moments that we should have known that they were gay. And we completely ignored because either we were deeply in love, we wanted to ignore, we weren't sure. You might have been like me, raised extremely Christian, and didn't really have that much contact with anyone who was gay. So a lot of the signs weren't apparent to you. But whatever the situation be, today's episode is about moments you should have known they were gay.
So for me, I didn't believe quite. For me, it was more so what I prayed for was just what I got. Tall, handsome, caramel, had hair, loved the eyes, had bedroom eyes. And it's them damn eyes, I swear. But it was everything prayed for. So when I was specific, I should have been like, but can he be straight, Lord? Because I got everything but that. So now my new prayer is everything and be straight. Please, please, Lord.
That was my experience as well. I actually wasn't looking to meet my gay husband. I walked into a bar and he was working there. And I had just been through a really traumatic experience, a medical situation where I almost lost my life. It gave me a whole new lease on life. And I had been out of work for 6 months recovering from a major spinal surgery that saved my life. And day before I had to go back to work, I called up all my best girlfriends and said, "Hey, let's go grab a drink. Let's celebrate. I'm going back to work." And I walked into the same bar I've walked into a million times. And I see this fresh, beautiful, dark, creamy 6'4" face
Girl,
and
you
go,
saw espresso. You saw some
and
espresso. That's what the hell you saw.
then
You
it was like, "Who is that tall drink of water?" And that was it for me, and I was smitten kitten.
you saw sugar.
I did, but I should have seen how pretty he was from the get-go and realized, "This man is way too pretty."
And
Sign
that's
number
the
1.
thing. That's the thing. Because we had beautiful men. We had beautiful mine's modeled at some point, and
Mine did as well.
and
He
they're
did.
both
He
teachers.
did.
But,
Again, what?
I think my friend used to say, "Are you in love with the idea of that person?" And he kept asking me, he said, "Are
Right.
you in love with the idea of that person?" I'm like, "No, I'm in love with him." "No, no, 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 no. Are you in love with the idea?" I said, "I'm in love." I was in love with the idea of that person because everything I
Absolutely.
prayed for, I got, and the mental, y'all hear me clear, because you will have friends. I know I have friends that are like, I just don't know how you didn't see it because we saw it. Y'all saw rainbows, we saw magenta, we saw what we saw. But your mental is everything. Your mental is the most powerful. Your brain is the one of the most powerful. What is the word? And I'm in the medical field.
I don't know, but you're not gonna see what you don't wanna see.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, it's almost I wanna say I wanna use this example like you're hypnotized, and I finally broke free from it, but it's still there's still a hold. I actually spoke this today to my friend, said I still, to this day, feel like he still has some type of hold on me. I literally had to block this person just so I can proceed, just so I can just, move forward. And granted, I'm a strong individual. You know what I mean? But, and us women, we can be strong. However, that when you got that love that there's a person you've loved like that so hard. I mean, it's just hard to break. Now, I'm not saying now if my new husband is out there and he waiting on me, baby, I'm coming. You could find me at Walmart in aisle 7. Baby, don't leave me. I'm there. I got you, boo. I got you. I can cook, I can clean.
Let's talk about some of the obvious things that you ignored. Like, for example, this is embarrassing to admit, I'm just gonna say it. When I met my husband, okay, I thought that he was a bartender. That's great. I love cocktails. Match made in heaven. He was also tall, dark, and handsome. My exact physical.
Emphasize on cock.
But what I didn't know was that the bartending was just a side gig, and actually, what he did by trade, are you ready? Drum roll. He was a hairstylist. Now, I originally thought, "Well, you mean he's a barber, right?" No, the man could do extensions. The man
Now listen,
was a stylist.
now my friend, daddy, growing up, her daddy did hair. Mr. Such and Such could do hair. And there you go. And he's straight.
Okay, so it does exist, and I actually did have the conversation with him at one point, and he said, "Only in America," this was his explanation, "Only in America do people assume that if you're male and you're a hairstylist, are you gay? In Europe, there are plenty of straight men that do hair," and I bought it. I bought it hook, line, and sinker, and again, there was so many moments where I look back now and there was little hints. I joke about the fact that he had to have his clothing dry cleaned down to his gym clothes. The fact that here was a giant rainbow flag, didn't really have any male friends. And I just chalked it up to,
Would have been a good thing because at least yours didn't hit on it.
well, he said, "Well, it's because, I've moved around a lot." But the truth of the matter was, if he was to have close male friends, he was afraid they would figure out that he wasn't straight. And so the fact that he liked to hang out with me and my girlfriends 24/7, well, I loved it because I got to do whatever I wanted with all of my girlfriends, and he was always the plus one. But looking back, that should have been a red flag. Why aren't
What
you
you
out
thought he
there?
was your bodyguard?
Who is
You
my gay best friend? Who doesn't want a gay best friend? Everyone does. You just don't want to marry him.
damn. Mine's was yeah, yeah. No, 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 you're fine.
Your turn.
I don't like to use the word my gay best friend because I in my head, when I close my eyes and I right now I have John Mayer playing in the background, say what you need to say. I'm trying to say what the hell I need to say. It again, it's the mental, it's the everything I prayed for. Being 6'2", he was 6'2", and he was my knight in shining armor is all I can think of, and he was the most romantic. And coming from an African background, especially with my folks, I didn't see romance at all. So when you're with someone who shows you all of those, who buys you flowers, who, apparently now he loves Hallmark movies. I'm like, but I'm also a hopeless romantic, and when you're receiving all of those things that you see in movies, it's magical, especially when you didn't grow up with that. It's magical. And in college, I used to feel bad coming home because my mother didn't receive that same kind of a love and affection from my dad. So I felt guilty because I was being smothered with it and I loved it. But then when I got home, I felt guilty, like, how dare I be happy? So when you've never seen that and you see it now, it sticks with you. So it's like no matter what anybody says, you're like, "Oh, can't be." But he was very romantic and so goofy, so goofy. And the crazy thing about it, I can sit here and I can close my eyes and I can talk about that person, right? I can talk about that person because like the person I don't know who he is now, but that person that I created in my head, that person that showed me all these things that helped create the image of who he was in my head was wonderful. I can look at pictures right now and be like, "Wow, that's a beautiful couple. Damn it, we was a fine looking couple." And don't go trying to search us up. Don't go trying to Google us. Don't try to find us. I got a 5011 names. Don't be trying to look for us. Talking about, y'all, there's him. There he go.
Don't
There
you
she
think
go.
that's
Don't do
part of
it.
it, though? The part of it was
Don't do
that
it.
the constant like, I got a lot of compliments too, like, "Oh, you look so good together. The 2 of you look so good together." I loved it. I ate it up. I knew see, mine was, I gotta be careful, but, mine was a professional athlete at one point in his career, and he had so many women after him, so many, and I thought, "I am the chosen one." I'm the chosen one, you know?
Damn
"Oh,
right.
he loves me. This man loves me. He could have any woman he wanted." He had women clapping and groveling at his feet at one point in his career, but he chose me. Well, yeah, I was his beard. I was a big old beard with a wedding dress on.
We were the beards. And if I tell y'all, I got a damn beard. It's so hard to try to get rid of this thing. Every time I go to get a wax, it's like they just come right back. But to my future husband, baby, Imma make sure I get it cleared off before you get here, okay, baby? Aisle 7, Walmart. Not neighborhood Walmart, supermarket Walmart.
But back to the point, which is how many flags do we ignore because we want to, because we are in love and for whatever situation or reason in that moment that you fell for this person and they were so good at their craft. Let me tell you, mine was a master. A master. People would go, he adores you. He loves you. He's all over you in public. Well, yeah, because he's got a role to play and he's got a big old mask and he's got to convince every single person in his vicinity that he is a straight man. And that is, that's a heavy weight. And that's another episode we're going to do where we talk about their side, which is wearing that mask and how heavy that is. But to finish to finish our side, which is what we're talking about today, I just looking back, I wish I would have opened my eyes a bit more and I would have trusted my gut. And I think that is the theme through a lot of the therapy that I've been through is we ignore our gut instinct a lot when we think that we're in a situation and we know the way it's going to play out. And if we just listen to our gut and trusted our instinct, it's not always going to be the answer we want, but it's going to be the truthful one.
Man, so I'm sitting
What you got to say, Jess?
so I'm sitting here listening to New Edition, "Can You Stand the Rain," right?
Well, that's a good one.
That's my damn problem now, okay? That's my problem now. You know what? No, that's not my problem because I can put myself in that position to get that feeling just to talk about it, and then I'll remove and play something ratchet, and I'm back trying to twerk, in which I can't do. But as we were talking about the beard and everything, they were so good at doing what they did.
Masters.
It's almost scary. Yeah, it's almost scary because again, I kept saying it could never be, right? So I asked my ex, are you this person? Because I would hear comments. I would hear back in college, "Are you this person?" And he swore up and down, "That's not who I am. I'm not that person." Now I hang around them because, my siblings or my brother is, but I'm not that person. And so, you believe in like, so it makes it even easier that because they can hang around people in the community. So you're thinking, okay, well that's fine. I mean, they don't do it daily or whatever, like back in the college. And they give you everything you want. They give you that love, especially for me. Like I said, I got the love that I've never received. Like I to this day, I've missed out on very, very good men. Shout out to all the men who might listen to this podcast. I just want to say to all four of y'all or five of y'all, I'm sorry. Okay. For some of y'all, thank you for putting gas in my car. I make everything a love story. Oh my gosh. I am the one that got away and then they left and they have moved on. Thank you for being exceptional men. Thank you for not judging me based on my situation, even though y'all knew, y'all probably like, and she chose him. Now look at her. But that's
Uh,
all right. That's all right. I'm still cute. I mean, we're here just speaking our truth with this whole thing. So I know whoever's listening is like, damn, they hitting some spots. Let us know if we are. Leave comments, like our content, like and subscribe. Again, we just want to reach out to so many people. This is just if you're relaxing and just listening, you're working out, just listening. Just thank you for listening to all of this because this is therapy for us even after 3 years. I actually been out of my situation December 2020. If this situation would have went the way it could have, I would have had a 4-year-old this year, a 4-year-old child, but it is what it is. Don't sip on
uh,
some wine on that one. Thank you for listening to My Side of the Closet. I'm Just B with Blonde Mafia. We just want to say it's nighttime for us, so we just want to wish y'all a happy good night, and hopefully we can put a smile on your face because I know this whole situation can be so frustrating and so hard. So just tune in, and I know we haven't said the last lines that we usually say at the end of our show. remember, we're doing this from scratch. We are doing this raw and we are doing this real. We thank y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for the 2 guests that are listening. Have a wonderful night.
Good night from our side of the closet.